Tech billionaires and extreme biohackers like Brian Johnson are spending over $10,000 on a medical procedure to reverse their biological age. But what if I told you this isn't just for the ultra wealthy? Yes, there's an FDA-approved procedure that's been shown to reverse biological age by 2 to 5 years and even reduce Alzheimer's by 66%. It's a procedure that's been used in hospital for over 40 years, and it's affordable for everyday people like you and me. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. But more importantly, I'm going to answer the bigger question: what really makes you age, and why does this procedure target in a way that nothing else can? Let me show you. For decades, scientists believed aging happened because of damaged piling up in your cells. They explain it with a simple theory that as you get older, your DNA gets damaged and waste products build up that your body can't clean out fast enough. This made perfect sense, which is why the entire anti-aging industry built itself around this idea. Every supplement you take is designed to protect your cells from damage or help them repair faster. For example, you take antioxidants to fight free radicals, maintain a healthy diet to give cells building blocks they need, and get quality sleep so your cells can recover overnight. And none of this is wrong. I mean, these interventions do help your cells function better, but if you do everything right, you're still carrying decades of accumulated aging factors like environmental toxins in your blood that can't be reversed easily by diet or supplements. But in 2005, a group of researchers at Stanford University decided to test something that would completely flip this aging theory. This research was so powerful that it won the Nobel Prize. In it, they took young mice and old mice and surgically connected them so they would share the same blood circulation, which means the blood from the young mouse was flowing through the old mouse's body, and the blood from the old mouse's body was flowing through the young mouse's body. This is called parabiosis, which sounds complicated, but really means joining animals of different ages so they share blood. If aging was truly about cellular damage building up over time inside your cells, you'd expect nothing dramatic to happen because the cells in each mouse would still be there the same age they were before. The young mouse would stay young because its cells are young, and the old mouse would stay old because its cells are old. But that's not what happened. The young mice that were exposed to old blood started aging rapidly. Within weeks, their muscles became weaker and they behaved much like older animals. Meanwhile, the old mice exposed to young blood did the opposite. Their brain function improved, their tissues began repairing themselves, and they essentially became biologically younger. These weren't small changes. We're talking about measurable reversal of age-related decline across multiple organ systems. It proves something that in the blood itself was controlling the aging process, and it's not just the cells. It's something in your blood that has this much more powerful effect of how fast you age. In fact, it makes over half your blood's total volume. Yes, it's the liquid part of your blood, the plasma. Your blood is made up of two parts. About 45% of its cells, which include your red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. The other 55% is plasma, which is essentially the transport system that carries everything around your body, including nutrients, hormones, and proteins. But as you age, your plasma starts accumulating things that actively signal your cells to break down. These aging factors include things like inflammatory cytokines, which are proteins that tell your immune system to create inflammation throughout your body. And chronic inflammation is one of the primary drivers of aging. There are also pro-aging proteins like certain growth factors. When they build up to high levels, actually accelerate tissue breakdown instead of repair. And there are oxidated lipids and damaged molecules that circulate throughout your bloodstream and cause dysfunction wherever they go. Now, your body can filter out some waste through your kidneys and liver, but it cannot effectively remove these specific aging factors from your plasma. They're not waste products that get filtered out. They're signaling molecules and proteins that stay in circulation, and they build up year after year. This is exactly why tech billionaires in Silicon Valley are now paying over $10,000 a session to have their blood physically removed and replaced with cleaner blood. They've realized that the solution isn't trying to counteract the poison in the bloodstream. The solution is to remove the poison entirely. They're literally extracting the old contaminated plasma from the body and replacing it with pharmaceutical-grade clean albumin solution, which is the primary protein in plasma. This immediately eliminates decades of accumulated aging factors and creates an environment where their cells can actually function the way younger cells were supposed to function. But how exactly are you doing this? What is the procedure called, and where do you get it done? And most importantly, does it actually reverse biological aging, or is this just another expensive placebo for the wealthy? The procedure these billionaires are using is called Therapeutic Plasma Exchange, or TPE for short. Doctors also call it plasmapheresis or apheresis. It's FDA approved and has been used for over 40 years to treat serious medical conditions. Experts use it to treat autoimmune diseases like myasthenia gravis and Guillain-Barré syndrome, neurological conditions like multiple sclerosis, and blood disorders that would otherwise be life-threatening. But the same mechanism that makes TPE so effective at treating disease also makes it incredibly powerful for reversing biological aging. Remember those inflammatory cytokines and pro-aging proteins we talked about that build up in your plasma? TPE removes them in a single session. And when you remove the inflammatory signals that are telling your cells age, those signals can finally start functioning the way young cells do. So let me tell you exactly how the procedure works. During a TPE session, a small catheter is introduced into your vein in your arm. Your blood flows out through the catheter into a specialized medical equipment called a plasmapheresis machine. Inside this machine, your blood goes through a process called centrifugation, which means it spins at a high speed to separate the components based upon their density. Because plasma is lighter than blood cells, this spinning action separates them completely. Once your blood is separated, the machine keeps all of your healthy cellular components, which includes red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, and discards the plasma entirely. That contaminated plasma containing all those inflammatory cytokines, pro-aging proteins, and damaged molecules get thrown away completely. Then the machine replaces the old plasma with pharmaceutical-grade albumin solution, which is a clean protein that makes up the majority of what healthy plasma should contain, and get your blood cells resuspended in a fresh, clean fluid, and it flows back into your body through the same catheter. The whole procedure typically takes around 2 to 3 hours. But how is TPE different from every other anti-aging intervention you've tried, like supplements and peptides? Well, the answer lies in the working mechanism. With supplements and peptides, you're trying to counteract the poison that's already in your blood. But with TPE, you're not fighting against the aging factors. You're literally extracting them from your blood and discarding them while replacing your plasma with fresh fluid. It's the difference between trying to purify contaminated water drop by drop versus emptying the entire tank and refilling it with clean water. This is why high performers are so committed to TPE, even though they're already doing everything else recommended for anti-aging. They understand that if you're serious about actually reversing biological age rather than just slowing it down, you need an intervention that addresses what's in your blood, not just what's in your cells. TPE is the only intervention that directly removes the accumulated aging factors that your body cannot eliminate on its own. Every other protocol you're doing, whether it's NAD plus supplementation, peptide therapy, hormone optimization, or advanced exercise programs, all of those become more efficient when your cells aren't constantly being bathed in decades of accumulated inflammatory signals. Now, the equipment used for TPE is available in hospitals and medical clinics across the country because it's used daily to treat medical conditions that require plasma exchange. So why are wealthy people gravitating towards exclusive longevity clinics in Silicon Valley to get their TPE sessions? Because they've already optimized everything else in their anti-aging protocol. They've already hit a plateau with supplements and lifestyle interventions, and TPE is the only intervention that works on a mechanism so that nothing else can touch. For them, the cost-benefit analysis is obvious because this produces results that stack on top of everything else that they're doing rather than competing with it. But the procedure itself doesn't need to cost that much, and the expertise to perform it safely can be developed by physicians who are willing to specialize in regenerative applications rather than just treating disease. This is exactly why I founded Vive Wellness, because I saw an opportunity to make this life-changing intervention accessible to people who are serious about reversing biological aging, but don't have the unlimited funds to spend at exclusive Silicon Valley clinics. At Vive, we don't just perform therapeutic plasma exchange the way hospitals do for medical conditions. We've developed a comprehensive protocol specifically designed for biological age reversal that goes far beyond what you received at a standard medical facility. We do comprehensive metabolic age markers to see how well your cells are producing energy. And we measure cellular age indicators to understand how much oxidative damage you're carrying. Once we understand your unique aging profile, we design a personalized TPE protocol based upon your specific needs and biomarkers. If you have moderate biological aging with some inflammation, but generally good health markers, we might recommend bi-weekly sessions. And once you've achieved significant improvement and reversed your biological age substantially, we transition you to quarterly maintenance sessions to prevent reaccumulation of aging factors. During each TPE session at Vive, we use FDA-approved plasmapheresis equipment with continuous monitoring of multiple physiological parameters to ensure your safety throughout the procedure. Most of our clients read, work on laptops, or simply relax during the 2 to 3 hour session because the procedure itself is far more comfortable than most people expect. Our clients typically report mental clarity that feels almost startling within 24 to 48 hours after the first TPE session, along with an energy increase that doesn't crash like caffeine or stimulants do. By month 1, 2, and 3, they're seeing biomarker improvements that surprise their doctors and visibly biological age reversal that other people actually comment on. So if you're someone who's already invested in your health, who's tried the supplements and the peptides and the hormone optimization, but you're not seeing the results you expected, this is the missing piece. This is what high performers discovered years ago and what they've been doing quietly while everyone else keeps searching for the next supplement or biohacking device. At Vive Wellness, we're making this intervention accessible to people who are serious about biological age reversal, but don't need to pay Silicon Valley prices to get it. If you want to learn more about whether TPE is right for you and what your specific protocol might look like based upon your unique aging profile, visit our website or schedule a comprehensive assessment.